No intro, just pure, unfiltered JimmyL. I'm inspired by JimmyL is about to take a new turn. I know I've been on hiatus for quite a while, and as most of y'all know, my dad got extremely ill the ending part of 2020, and he officially transitioned New Year's Eve, going into 2021, and his death wasn't a huge surprise because we knew it was coming. We had kind of been dealing with it for almost 2 years. So we were preparing ourselves, and I got a chance to know and love him a little bit differently. I got a chance to know him as the man, Jimmy, and not just my father. And so I'm really blessed and thankful for that. But one thing I wasn't prepared for is the amount of support, the amount of love that came shortly after his funeral. And I definitely was not prepared for the amount of emotions that were evoked from me. So it really threw me off my game. It has thrown me off my game to the point where I am now working and striving to rediscover what it means to be Jimmy Mize right here and now. And so, inspired by JimmyL, the podcast is still here. We're not going anywhere. I love inspiring other people, and I love being inspired. It's just that it's time now, because I'm off my game. It's time now to get back to the basics. What I have kind of rediscovered this last probably week is that your foundation is what keeps you humbled and grounded. Your foundation is what you must consistently build upon. And so that's why it's time for Inspired by JimmyL. That's why it's time for Jimmy Mize to get back to the basics. And the basics for me, when I started this entire inspirational positivity journey, it started with quotes. It started with books. It started with me wanting to improve my being. And so what JimmyL, or Inspired by JimmyL, is about to do, I want to unpack some major quotes, some quotes that are from all of our favorite speakers and favorite guests and favorite people of the planet. I want to unpack them. Just slightly, nothing too crazy, nothing too long, but I want to give my opinion. I want to give my experience based off where I am now and where I'm growing to. I hope you enjoy this journey. The very first clip that I'm going to play is actually by Wayne Dyer and Dr. Wayne Dyer, excuse me, and it's called Dr. Wayne Dyer's Life Advice Will Leave You Speechless here on YouTube. So listen up.
Almost always is higher blood pressure, ulcers, early deaths, and even things like cancer we're beginning to find out are related to the kinds of stresses that we have. And remember, it's a perfect universe. There's no stress in it. There's only people thinking stressful thoughts. And when you put that pressure on yourself to always achieve and get ahead of the other guy, you miss what it's really all about. There's nothing wrong with goals. It's falling in love with them that's the problem. It's not being able to be flexible and be alter them. If you have a goal to get here, to get $100,000 in the bank, to get this promotion, to get 2 cars in your garage, whatever it is that your goal is, and you're on your way to that, and you're always working at the goal, all of this stuff on your way to the goal is called striving, and that's what you learn, striving. And striving is a very low-level place to be. When you get to your goal, because all you've ever known is striving, you will just always suffer from this disease called more. You will just upgrade your goal to $200,000, 4 cars, and 2 houses, and another wife, and a younger one, and all of these kinds of things. If you have a goal and you understand that every step along the way is a present moment to enjoy and to live, then the goal won't become any obsession. I don't have any goals in my life. People ask me, where are you going to be 5 years from now? What are you going to be doing? What's next for you? I remember what Lincoln said, who to me was like the greatest person who ever sat in that White House. He said, I never had a policy. I just tried to do what made the greatest amount of sense each and every day of my life as I sat there as the President of the United States. And I think there's something really significant in that. That you don't have to get it all planned out and follow a certain pattern and do it a certain way. If you just sort of trust your inner instincts and go with that and live each moment, the goal stuff will all take care of itself. But if you're sacrificing and pushing your life aside and suffering on your way to trying to get someplace, you'll never get there. It will always elude you, because once you get there, you'll just have to upgrade it. And that's because that's all you'll know. Nowness is that purest form of sanity, living in this moment and enjoying it. And all the rest of it will sort of work its way out.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I get that. I get that so much. I don't agree with him on Lincoln being the greatest president that's sat in the White House, but I do get that we have to live our moments and enjoy the journey. At the end of the day, you have this GPS, you have your intuition that's right there inside of you, guiding you every step of the way. And I'm learning that as long as I'm listening and following what my intuition is telling me, I'm able to enjoy my life. My husband and I early this year got a chance to go to LA, and it was kind of the first time that I got a chance to really see LA. And it was his first trip there. And so we had no itinerary. We just wanted to go. It was our first vacation outside of COVID. And it was the best feeling ever. We had no plans. We just kind of fumbled our way through. And we had the most amazing experience. Most amazing experience. And as I'm recording this, it's Father's Day, and this is my first Father's Day without my dad. And one of the last memories that I can share, I'm so thankful that I started this journey and was in a place while he was transitioning to be able to be present, to be able to be in the moment, and not have to worry about being on my phone. But I remember sitting there watching, I think it was Bonanza out of Newport University. And I remember him talking about how he and his parents on the weekends, they would listen to Rev Ike quite frequently. And it baffled me that my dad even knew who Rev Ike was. It didn't dawn on me that Rev Ike was in his time, but it baffled me that he even knew who Rev Ike was. I had just come to know Rev Ike maybe 1 to 2 years prior. And I was so moved by Rev Ike, so inspired. But being in that moment and listening to my dad tell his stories about how Rev Ike was a part of his childhood, it was something that he enjoyed with his parents. Just sitting there listening to him describe those memories and being able to bring them full circle back to me, where I'm listening to Rev Ike and knowing how you're supposed to be mindful and watch what you say after the words "I am." That was one of the best things that Rev Ike ever taught me. And I don't think I would have ever been able to sit there and actually listen to his story of his childhood and I'd not been able to be there and fully present. And that's a moment that I got a chance to know my dad as the man and not just my dad. So one thing I would like to end this, excuse this backdrop. Again, I apologize about this, but like I said, I really want to do Inspired by JimmyL uncut, 100%. I love you guys as always. And as I will always continue to say, integrity equals freedom. So have integrity in every single thing that you're doing. And taking this quote and wrapping it up from Dr. Wayne Dyer, it's not always about the destination. It's not about the goal. It's about enjoying the journey, being present in every single moment. Make sure you do that today. I'll see you guys soon. Oh Lord, I forgot how to stop recording. This is how long it's been. I love you guys.